Welcome everybody. This is your host, Learvok, and you are just in time for more MYST 20/21. In the last episode, we finished up Channelwood Age and got the red and blue pages back to Sirius and Akinar respectively. They're both basically still saying the same stuff. Don't trust my brother. Only get the pages for me. Don't bother with his pages. Sirius tricked Akinar into Sirius tricked Atreus to believe that Akinar killed him. But we did find, while we were in Channelwood, an interesting message that Sirius had for Akinar about remembering only to take one page from his book. Well, we already know these trap books are the result of taking pages out, because we have to get all the pages to free them. So, yeah. They only took the one page from one book to presumably maybe trap their father instead of actually killing him. But regardless, we only have one book on the shelf that we can visibly see left. One book on the shelf that we can visibly see left. Ignore this book. It's not supposed to look at. It's not supposed to ignore that. Ignore that book. Seriously, again, I made this complaint before about how all the burned books look like stone books. I don't know why they couldn't have just made them look more like realistic books and just have them torn up and burned up and stuff. Instead, they had to make them look like stone, like they were made of rock. Because again, it really ruins one puzzle in particular. But anyway, here we have the Selenitic Age, or as I originally called it, Selenitic Age, because I didn't see the I in there. I was watching the developers of this particular game play with Rand Moore, one of the original developers of the game, and they mentioned Selenitic, and it got the gears turning in my head, making me think, did I mispronounce this the entire time? Because whenever I Googled it, put it into Google never auto-translated or anything, or auto-corrected, but it knew what I was talking about. And then, like I said, one of the reasons I'm playing this right now is because I was heavily motivated by Proton John's playthrough, or currently one stream playthrough of MYST. He has not yet gotten back to, because he hasn't been able to find the time to play it with his wife. He even called it Selenitic, and I think one of the viewers who created something made some sort of Selenitic mix or something like that, and that even he said it was Selenitic. Something I'm vindicated in my terms. But yeah, either way. It has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly. I think. For some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world in which I have arrived. As always, I'm going to kind of skim through and just kind of find what I think are interesting points. I'm going to try to go slow enough that you can kind of pause and read along, and then unpause and just listen to me ramble on. But I'm also going to try to find stuff that's hopefully going to be informative for us. Because having to read through the whole thing does take quite a while. Or could take quite a while. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see green fields below along the few scattered forests. By the way, if you notice any pauses, I'm drinking some water. As it turns out, talking a lot for what is it now, an hour and 8 minutes now, kind of gives you a bad case of cotton mouth. Remember, kids, if you're getting into the streaming / let's playing, especially the long form stuff, always have some water with you. A rather large lake looms some distance from where I am standing. If the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh and the sky is sparkle with white clouds. It's absolutely breathtaking. And yet, that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north. Hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin, and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I'll try to ignore it. Let's see. The night has come, the horizon still glows red along past sunset. Dark red flows from the horizon and blends into the black sky. Again the feeling, and I'm beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I have had to return home due to an unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings of the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a MYST linking book with me when I return, in case the one left here has been destroyed or damaged. Ooh. I have returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out from the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Here we go. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Off short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. The tumult subsided. Tumult? Never heard that word. Leaving only a dull roar. I decided, however, I can use this chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. He's creating some sort of heat, collection system. The age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Circe and Akinar and make sure everything is going along well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools I'll need for my plans to explore the underground. Okay, that was an investment. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some of the complete tools I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. The raw materials are all here. I think I'll be able to have most of my additions to this age completed within 1 year. I still love working with my hands, whether writing or building. I began today on well, and I have decided to. 3 meters is not enough. Support from the beams, although amazingly strong. We got a picture of a spaceship here. That looks oddly familiar. We also got some, looks like some radar dishes for picking up signals of some sort. A mechanism that looks like it's for turning. Yeah, it looks like a kind of turning mechanism. Prized inventions. I am extremely. Could never have imagined it to come together quite as. I doubt. Could possibly work with 14 instead of 8. Completely fatigued. I am so happy to have completed tomorrow. I'm leaving today in order to bring back Sirius, Knack, and I. I've left them alone in Channelwood. Interesting. Okay, so this. I really do enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I have just noted that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from my very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon. For now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. Got a map, or first off, we got a piano arrangement, which, take a picture of that. Whoops. There you go. Got a map of Selenitic as it is now. Take another picture of that. I believe we're at the end of that book. Okay. So, obviously, something's connected to that. Okay. So last episode I talked about my issue with the dial. Or not last episode, 2 episodes ago I talked about my issues with the dial and moving them with the mouse. I think I can kind of further explain what's going on here. I'm moving it up, as if I'm like trying to turn it left or right. I'm moving it up. Kind of follow, like, let me actually just kind of show you a little more and see here. So as I'm turning the dial, I'm trying to like move it up and kind of treat it like I'm moving a dial. Trying to move in a circular motion, or at the very least try to move it in one direction. And for whatever reason, it's getting confused, and when I get to a certain point, and I get up to here and I'm still moving it up, it starts moving it back. I don't know why it's doing that. And again, it's really weird trying to get that to work. But anyway, so we have the spaceship that we saw in the picture in the book. So that's probably where we had to go, right? Go to the spaceship. So let's do that. So yeah. So, real quick, we'll go up here to see what we're looking at. Still have to get used to the fact that I gotta stand in front of the ladders. You gotta stand in front of things to climb on them. I mean, yes, this is a spaceship. I know, right? Bizarre. You gotta stand in front of an object to climb it. And 59 volts. Oh, better write that down. Just scratching a random page with my fingernails to make it sound like I'm writing. Oh, I hope it comes up. I hope it actually picks up, because otherwise I'm going to be really angry if it doesn't. Well, I just hope I remember to check. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I heard something fall. I still love how that opens and closes. That opens, these fold down, and turns out to stay at these steps. Oh, it's so cool. Just so freaking cool. I would love to see someone figure out a way to do that in real life. Okay, so our first clue is the spaceship, which we can't get into. But it's connected to these cables, which is all the way to these breakers, which lead to this shack. There we go. They really need to let you fall off things in this game, seriously. These are this electrical shack. So if we go down all the way, we've been down here before at the very beginning of the game. You see what looks like a power generator. And remember what that thing said? 59 volts? Oh, let's see if we can get up to 59. We got 10, 11, 18, 20, 28, 50. Okay. So that one went up. That one spiked up quite a bit. Turn that down a bit. That's super loud. Nope. And we overpowered. 66. And we call it the bus of... Actually, I can't remember if we keep this on, I think. Yeah, let me see. If we keep it on, I think it automatically shuts it off. So yeah, we burned the power out pretty hard. And that requires us to go on to these two switches. And reset the power. I originally wasn't going to show this off, but I decided, yeah, I might as well do it anyway. Don't even know if you're doing anything with these. But yeah. So as you noted, each of these buttons give a different power, a different amount of power, and it kind of seems like random. There's no real kind of cohesion to it. So you just kind of have to. Oh, I do have to turn this all off. Do I? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So we gotta do that again. Yeah. Time wasting. A great thing to do. I could have sworn it reset itself, but I guess I was wrong. Okay. I guess that would make sense though if you have the power still on. If you're still pushing power through and you reset, it's going to trip them again. But yeah. So that is both. I believe there's only two switches, right? No, a third one over here. Nope. Yeah. Okay. We got two switches. I believe is all we need to do. And I really, really hope I didn't just screw this up. It's been a long time since I've actually failed that. There we go, okay. So real quick. There's a number of different ways you can get up to, but you do need to get up to 59. Now you notice we actually have 50 right here. And if you look back, take this out, and actually start counting these. That was the right one, yeah, that was the right one. 28 to 44, that's 16. 28 to 47, that's 19. That's 5. That's 9. And obviously it's easier, you don't have to do the math if you turn all this off. We can hit this. You can actually hit here. Get 59. Alternatively, what I have written in my notes are there we go. And like I said, you can do this in a number of different ways. It's just depending on how you get to it. Just add this simple addition. And you're just adding these up to equal 59. As long as they don't exceed 59. Oh, you can hear the electricity sizzling here. And once we do that, we should be able to get in here and get to our linking book. Alright? Or we have another puzzle to solve. So yeah. Remember that picture of the piano? Actually, I'm going to delete this one and this one. So we don't have any duplicates. I already had the maps up and everything. But yeah. 5, 1, 4, 2, 3. So we put them in the right order. Let's see if I can do this by memory. On. Oh, excuse me, that's 5. I'm mixing that up because that's number 5. That's number 2. Just counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on. Okay, should be able to figure this out. Okay. So let me make sure I got this right. Okay. So this is why I'm playing this version of the game specifically and have the audio context subtitles on, so I can actually figure it out. Because if we go over here, we now have to reset this. This is basically exactly how it was in the original game, only it looks a little different. Yeah, it is frustrating to deal with. It was frustrating back then, it's frustrating even now. Yeah, just imagine having to do that just by context, but just by noises, and like everything's so subtle. Yeah. And let's see, the next one is... Hold on 1 second. My controller fell. Yeah, my controller fell, so I had to pick it up. Where we got? Let's see. about. Oh. Nope, that's wrong. Okay, so there you go. So originally in the original MYST and Real MYST and so on, this was a computer screen, and it would show you the book kind of floating in the screen, and when you click it, it would just turn to the image that you would see in the linking panel. Obviously, I think that one looked a little cooler, but this also does make more sense contextually for just, it's a book. But yeah, you still kind of miss out on something that's actually kind of cool. Either way, though, that has been all the time we have for this episode. So in the next episode, we're going to go into the Selenitic age and solve a bunch more sound-based puzzles. Until then, I'll see you guys later.